Hey guys, welcome back to another video tutorial by Fan, and today I'm going to be talking about how you find the best runes in the game Summoner's War Sky Arena. Now, I made a basic rune tutorial video explaining some of the concepts about runes and what you should be looking for in a rune. So, if you're not too certain on what everything on the rune means, you can go ahead and check out that video. I'll provide a link to it in the description, and I'll link it on the video with an annotation as well. So, moving on, I'm going to be kind of telling you guys where the best spots are to find these runes, and also some interesting and useful facts about these runes that I didn't mention in the other video. So, first of all, what are the best runes in this game? Obviously, the best runes in this game are going to be 5 and 6 star runes. As you can see, I have an example on the screen here, and this is a rune that is a Swift rune. It's maxed out already. It's in the first slot, and it's 6 stars legend. It's obviously not the best rune ever, but it is a pretty good rune in my opinion, because first of all, it's Swift, which is really good because I think speed is the best attribute in this game at the moment. Second, it's got really good synergy between its stats. So it has attack as the primary stat, but it also has crit rate, crit damage, and speed, all of which are very complementary to the attack stat. So, it's very synergistic. It also has HP, which is always nice to have. So, I guess kind of to move on here, I'm going to start telling you guys exactly where you can find 5 to 6 star runes. And the first place I want to talk about is the Wishing Well. So it's right here. You guys probably do this once a day, every day, and basically you can see there is a rune symbol on here. And when you get this rune symbol, most of the time you're going to get like a 5 or 6 star rune, and it's going to be at least rare. And this is very, very good, and it's very hard to get. I think I played this game for over 3 months now, and I only remember landing on this twice. And if you do the math on that, I should be landing on this way more often than twice for the 100 or so tries I've done this, because there's not that many slots. So I do think that Wishing Well is somewhat rigged in the chances. It's not everything is even. I'm sure the lower ones are a lot more likely. However, this is still possible to land on, and if you do, it's a great way to get a random highly ranked rune. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the Magic Shop, and this is probably the best place to get a rune you want, or the second best, depending on how you look at it. So the first thing you want to do with the Magic Shop is you want to max out all the slots. And what that means is you just want to buy out every single slot there to make sure you have the most chances of getting something good. And basically for the Magic Shop, you can get 5 and 6 star runes of all types and all quality. And this normally starts happening when you're higher level, because the Magic Shop reflects your level. It gives you better items based on what your level is. So I would say around level 25 you start having a decent chance of seeing those 5 star runes, and around level 30 you have a decent chance of seeing 6 star runes every once in a while. Another thing I want to mention with the Magic Shop is, people do think that this thing refreshes every hour, and that's only half true. So, what actually happens is it refreshes every hour that you open it. So let's say you checked it at the start of the day, and then you closed it, and then you checked it 2 hours later. Well, it's only going to refresh when you open it. So as soon as you open it, the timer up here is going to start at 59 minutes, and it's going to start counting down again. And once the timer reaches 0, the next time you open it, it's going to refresh itself. And that means, if you check every single hour on the hour, you're going to get 24 refreshes of the Magic Shop. Whereas if you check only once every 2 hours, then, obviously you're going to only get half as much. So you want to make sure to check this as often as you can to refresh it as much as possible. One more thing you can do is once you're high level, you can use crystals to refresh the shop to really kind of, try and find those good high quality runes by using resources to do so. But that's completely up to you. I personally don't like doing that just yet because I don't have too many crystals as a free-to-play player. So that's about it for the magic shop. The next thing I want to talk about is the Giant's Keep, and that's going to, of course, be in the Kairos dungeon. And here we are. So the Giant's Keep, basically what the Giant's Keep gives is Despair runes, Energy runes, Blade runes, Rage runes, Fatal runes, Swift runes, and Focus runes. So once again, it only gives those runes, and for the 5 to 6 star runes, the 6 star runes start dropping at the B6 level. So if you're not there yet, then you're probably not going to be able to get those 6 star runes. But keep progressing, keep making your team stronger, and eventually you will get there. And that's a good way to find 6 star runes on occasion. And the same thing goes for the Dragon's Lair. So basically, and this is something I've avoided for a long time, so I've barely gotten any of these done at all. But basically, the 6 star runes also start dropping at the B6 level of the Dragon's Lair. So if you're there, you can kind of grind this dungeon, and if not, you can keep making your team stronger until you can do so. So those are 2 other ways of kind of getting the 6 star runes. And the Dragon's Lair drops Vampire runes, Endure runes, Violent runes, and Guard runes. So depending on what rune you want, you might want to run Dragon's Lair or Giant's Keep. And that's pretty much all the different ways you can get the 5 to 6 star runes. Once again, it's going to be Wishing Well, Magic Shop, Giant's Keep B6 and above, and Dragon's Lair B6 and above. And so that's pretty much it for that. Now I'm going to give you guys a few tips about the runes, which you might not have known before. So basically what this is for the runes, for the different slots, there's actually different ways of going about like prioritizing primary attributes. So for the first slot, the third slot, and the fifth slot, you can only get flat stats. And what that means is flat is not a percentage. So attack plus 160. Yeah, that's a flat statistic. HP plus 211, that's flat. Crit rate plus 15%, that is not flat. That's a percentage increase. So when I say flat, I just mean, it's not a percentage increase. So for runes that are in the first slot, the third slot, and the fifth slot, you can only get flat increases to your attributes, and that's fine, so you don't have to worry about those. But the thing is, for runes in the second slot, the fourth slot, and the sixth slot, you can get percentage attributes, and you can get flat attributes. So you kind of have to choose between those two. And basically what I've learned is that, for pretty much any 3-star monster and above, the base stats of the monster make it so that the percentage gain will always be better than the flat gain. So you basically, for all the runes in the 2 slot, the 4 slot, and the 6 slot, you always want to have a percentage increase rather than a flat increase. Now obviously, if you don't have a choice and you only have one rune of that type, you should use it and upgrade it accordingly. But keep in mind that the best runes for these 2, 4, and 6 slots will always be the ones that have a percentage increase. So that's something that I just recently learned, and I think that's something that's really, really useful because, it affects half the runes of all your monsters, and it's very important as you're building towards the late game there. So that's pretty much all the things that I wanted to cover in this video. It's pretty much just, how you can get the best 5 and 6 star runes and what you should be looking for once again in those runes. And yeah, that's pretty much all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please feel free to subscribe and like the video. It will help me a lot, and I'll be making more of these videos in the future. So thanks for watching, guys, and until next time.